Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We bid you welcome to the Woodbury Sports Complex here at the campus of Edgewood City School District, where the Edgewood Cougars today will be opening state tournament play. They will be playing this contest against the Stebbins Indians, which is a battle between the fourth-seeded Cougars and the fifth-seeded Stebbins Indians. This is Brian Caudill, Edgewood High School staff member and Cougar superfan. I'll be joined today by my right-hand man here in the booth, that being the legendary VOC, that stands for Voice of Cougars, Rich Hazelwood.
Good afternoon, Brian.
So before we get this game started, and this game is due to begin at 5 o'clock p.m., we wanted to go over the starting lineups for today's game. We'll begin first with the Stebbins Indians. They come into this game with a record of 11 wins and 15 losses, a Miami Valley League record of 9-9, which was good enough for the Valley Division champions of that league. They will look like this today. Leading off and pitching, number 4, Peyton Cassidy. Batting second at shortstop, number 13, Natalie Russell. Batting third at third base, number 11, Emma Taylor. Batting fourth in left field, number 14, Kylie Russell. Batting fifth at second base, number 3, Jalen Watkins. Batting sixth at first base, number 22, Julia Farkas. Batting seventh and catching, number 8, Jenna Maddox. And batting eighth in center field, number 2, Sophie Spencer. And finishing things out in right field, number 6, Maddie Hunnewell. Again, for the Stebbins Indians, it'll be Cassidy pitching, Russell at shortstop, Taylor at third base. While Kylie Russell will be in left field, Watkins at second base, Farkas at first base. While the bottom third will have Maddox catching, Spencer in center field, and Hunnewell in right field. Next up, your Edgewood Cougars. They come into this game with a record of 9-18. They are 2-6 in the SWBL Southwestern Division, that being the Southwestern Buckeye League. The Cougars, coached by Wayne Henson, they'll look like this today. Leading off and catching, number 1, Evelyn Henson. Batting second at shortstop, number 3, Madison Farrell. Batting third in right field, number 23, Sam Veerhoff. Batting fourth and being the designated player, number 11, Leah Combs. Batting fifth at first base, number 14, Jaylee Rose. Batting sixth and pitching, number 5, J.C. Brashear. Batting seventh at third base, number 25, Riley Kallick. Batting eighth in left field, number 24, Bailey Strunk. And batting ninth at second base, number 00, Evie Short. Again, for the Cougars, it'll be Henson catching, Farrell at shortstop, Veerhoff in right field. Middle third will have Combs as the designated player, Rose at first base, and Brashear pitching. While the bottom third, Kallick at third base, Strunk in left field, and Short at second base. Starting center fielder today for the Edgewood Cougars will be number 7, Ellie Clemens. So there are the lineups for today's game. We have a little bit of a light, misty type rain. Current temperature 63 degrees with a west wind at 18 miles an hour. And definitely not the weather conditions that you would expect for early, or what is mid-May now. But we'll get through this one. So that's it for today. That's the preview. We'll be back to bring you this one live at 5 o'clock p.m., and we'll talk to you then.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to
We're back at the ballpark, and we are ready for softball here in Trenton as the Edgewood Cougars host the Stebbins Indians in the sectional tournament game, first game of the tournament for both teams.
Leading off for the Stebbins, number 4, the pitcher, Peyton Cassidy.
Leading it off for the Stebbins Indians will be the pitcher, number 4, Peyton Cassidy. Cassidy comes into this game hitting .384, 28 hits and 73 at-bats. Here comes the first pitch of this one, taken high for a ball. Start time, 5 o'clock p.m. on the nose.
And a little bit of rain.
Definitely a very light, misty kind of rain, but I do think we'll get this one in. Here's a pitch and a chopper down the third base line, foul. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. The umpires for today's game, behind the plate, Greg King. Out in the field, over at first is Andrew Douglas, and over at third is Joe Kennedy. So a 3-man crew today for this one. There's a swing and a line drive base hit over the shortstop and into left field. Peyton Cassidy leads off this game with a single.
The shortstop, number 13, Natalie Russell.
That's going to bring to the plate Natalie Russell, shortstop today for Stebbins. Natalie comes into this game with a batting average of .354, 12 doubles, which is a tie for the team lead, 23 runs scored, which is second to the team to the young lady over at first base, Peyton Cassidy. So a good start for the Indians. Cougars looking for a double play ball. Fastball taken high for ball 1. The battery for the Edgewood Cougars today, the catcher is Evelyn Henson, and out on the mound, J.C. Brashear. Here comes the 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. Wind fairly significant, straight out of the west at around 18 miles an hour. There's a swing and a line drive base hit into left field between the shortstop and the third baseman. And runners now at first and second with nobody out.
The third baseman, number 11, Emma Taylor.
That brings to the plate Emma Taylor. Emma Taylor comes into this game hitting .400, .467 on base percentage. Team leading 32 hits. There's a fastball taken high, 1 ball and no strikes. J.C. Brashear, a sophomore out there for the Cougars, a very young, for the most part, team, only 1 senior, Evelyn Henson, behind the plate. Pitch taken high, quickly 2 balls and no strikes. Henson will go out to the mound to talk to Brashear. Like to see these 3 umpire crews for these state tournament games. It's definitely a situation where they're going to be more on top of every call, and that's a good thing, and I'm sure they enjoy having the 3-man crew as well. Field in very good shape. As you know, this matchup was rained out yesterday in what was basically a washout here in Trenton. There was no way they were playing last night. Back at it, here comes the 2-0 taken high, and the count runs to 3-0. On Emma Taylor, to be followed by Kylie Russell. And waiting in the hole, Jalen Watkins. 3-0 taken right down Broadway for strike 1. Count moves to 3 balls and 1 strike. Rich doing double duty in here today, public address announcer, and will occasionally chime in with his insight as the color man. Swing and a miss, count full now, 3 balls and 2 strikes.
I think this man is taking her a couple of pitches to adjust to this wind that we've got today. The wind and the rain is something you have to adjust to when you're throwing the ball like that.
Yeah, and you got to figure it's wet.
Yeah.
And there's a fastball on the outside corner, strike 3. We got a rundown between first and second. Now the rundown is between third and short. Here comes the runner, and she is tagged out. And that is a quick double play for the Edgewood Cougars. So an excellent round of defense by the Edgewood Cougars. And the batter, I believe, is the only runner down at first base now, that being Emma Taylor. She's on a fielder's choice. There's the runner in motion, and she's out, caught stealing. So Natalie Russell gets thrown out at second base to end the inning. And that for the Stebbins Indians, they got a total of 0 runs. They did have 2 hits. There were no Edgewood errors, nobody left on base, and we're through a half inning of softball here in Trenton with the score. Stebbins 0, Edgewood coming to bat. We'll be back to bring it to you in just a minute.
In the inning,
Back at the Woodry Sports Complex, the Edgewood Cougars coming to bat here in the home half of the first inning. They'll send to the plate Evelyn Henson, Madison Farrell, Sam Veerhoff, and hopefully more as the Cougars look to take advantage of a good defensive stand in the top half of the first with a couple of runs here on their own turn at bat. Henson steps in, pitch is taken inside for ball 1. Henson comes into today's game with a batting average of .506, 43 hits and 85 at-bats. Henson will be headed to Purdue Fort Wayne Division I school for her college softball career next year.
she showed us one of her dance moves there. That ball was inside and right at her feet.
Definitely just missed her, almost a hit by pitch to start this game. There's a swing and a pop-up that'll get out of play over to the first base side. Battery for the Stebbins Indians today behind the plate is Jenna Maddox, and out on the mound is Peyton Cassidy. So a cold, light rain falling on the players today. Pitch is taken low for a ball. Count moves to 2 balls and 1 strike on Henson. Henson leads the team with 25 runs batted in. She takes low, and the count moves to 3-1, says home plate umpire Greg King. The Cougar dugout cheering. Here's a pop-up on the infield. The shortstop, Natalie Russell, is under it, and she will make the play for out number 1.
Now batting, number 3, the shortstop, Madison Farrell.
That's going to bring to the plate Madison Farrell. Madison, a junior, hitting .339. 19 hits and 56 at bats. 13 runs scored, 7 RBIs. There's a swing and a pop up over to third base. Under it and making the play is Emma Taylor for out number 2 here in the Cougars' first.
The right fielder, number 23, Sam Veerhoff.
So that's going to bring to the plate Sam Veerhoff, left-handed batter, wearing uniform number 23. Here's a swing and a foul, straight up and headed over to the road here that runs between our baseball field and our softball field. So quickly 0-1, the wind begins to pick up now. And there's another pop-up on the infield. The shortstop, Natalie Russell, is under it. And just like that, the Cougars go down in order.
In the inning, no runs, no hits, no errors. At the end of 1 complete, we're tied at 0s.
The Edgewood Cougars in the first inning, no runs, no hits. There were no Stebbins errors, no runners left on base. We're through 1 inning of softball. We'll be back to bring you the second inning with the score remaining. The Stebbins Indians 0, the Edgewood Cougars 0.
For the Indians, number 14, the left fielder, Kylie Russell.
We're back, ready for the top half of the second inning. Leading off will be the left fielder, Kylie Russell. And here comes the pitch from Bashir, swinging a line drive between first and second and into right field for the third hit of the game for Stebbins.
Number 3, the second baseman, Jalen Watkins.
So Kylie Russell over at first base. And Kylie Russell leads this team with 12 stolen bases over there at first base. Jalen Watkins steps in. Pitch is low. That'll be a wild pitch. And moving up to second will be Kylie Russell on the play. That ball got away from Evelyn Henson. So Jalen Watkins to be followed by Julia Farkas, the first baseman. Brashear ready, pours it plateward. That's a strike. And the count evens up at 1 ball and 1 strike. Edgewood outfield pretty much straight away. Here's a swing and a flare into short center field. That's going to drop. And that gets a little backspin on it. And moving on to third base is Kylie Russell. So runners at the corners with nobody out for the Indians.
The first baseman, number 22, Julia Farkas.
So Julia Farkas steps in. Pretty much any ball that goes to the outfield is going to be thrown out to get dried off. That grass is extremely wet. So that Edgewood outfield across the way from left to right is Bailey Strunk in left, Ellie Clemens in center, Sam Veerhoff in right. So the Cougars in a bit of a jam here. Stepping in is Farkas. There's a swing and a line drive over second. That will drop for a base hit. Throw comes into third base. And the Stebbins Indians are on the board with 3 straight hits to lead off the second inning.
Now batting, the catcher, number 8, Jenna Maddox.
So a single and an RBI for Farkas brings up Jenna Maddox, the catcher. Five hits already for Stebbins. Here's a bunt attempt, and it's bunted foul off the foot of Edgewood catcher Evelyn Henson. That ball will be thrown out, and a new one comes in. Jenna Maddox comes into this game with a batting average of .261. Here comes the pitch from Bashir. That's popped up in foul territory, moving over and making the catch is Evelyn Henson. Nice play there for out number 1. She got out of there quickly to make that play.
Now batting the center fielder, number 2, Sophia Spencer.
That brings to the plate the number 8 hitter, center fielder Sophie Spencer. Here's a bunt attempt, fake bunt. The runner's on the move, and they will move up 60 feet on another wild pitch. So runners now at second and third with 1 out. It'll be Sophie Spencer, most likely to be followed by Maddie Hunnewell. Here comes the delivery. There's a bunt popped up behind the plate and foul. Count 1 ball and 1 strike. Spencer, right-handed batter. Here comes the pitch. There's a changeup off speed. Throw down to third, not in time. But the count now 1 ball and 2 strikes on Spencer. The Edgewood infield has Riley Calick at third, Madison Farrell at short, Evie Short at second, and Jaylee Rose over at first base. Here comes the 1-2, foul straight back. Excellent job of getting our camera up today by the VOC, Rich Hazelwood. He's got that thing secured because that foul ball didn't even move it. So, Rich, you truly do it all.
It's a team effort, Coach.
How do you do it, Rich? Tell us. Tell us.
I don't know.
He doesn't know.
I amaze myself.
It really is phenomenal. I mean, they ask you to do it all around here, and you just keep on producing. There's a changeup taken high. Count moves to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Definitely getting cooler by the minute. And you know what that means, Rich. I'll tell you in a minute. There's a changeup taken low. The count goes full. There is no need for us to reach out to Edgewood Athletic Director Scott Clemens asking for some ice cream because these are not the conditions. There's a swing and a miss. And down on strikes goes Spencer for out number 2.
The right fielder, number 6, Maddie Hunnewell.
So Witt's Frozen Custard, definitely not in order at the moment.
Gold Star Chili.
Good luck with that, Rich. Good luck with that. And besides, Rich, you know we're Skyline guys. What are you talking Gold Star? How about a little Skyline?
They got good burgers, though.
Come on, Rich.
They got good burgers.
Although we do have one of those down the road here in Trent.
Yes.
So quickly 0-1 on Maddie Hunnewell. Big moment here in this one. There's a swing and a foul over at the Cougars dugout. Count quickly goes to 1 ball and 1 strike. So Hunnewell and then the top of the order. This is a big out for the Cougars as they currently trail 1-0. And Stebbins looks to add on here in the top of the second. There's a swing and a flare into short left field. That ball is foul.
I thought you was going to say it's time to turn on the heater.
Well, that was long ago. But I don't think that that's an option at this press box. You know, the last time we were in here, Rich, it was the unthinkable. that happened when a foul ball came flying over the backstop and bounced in here. Did you ever think we'd see that?
Oh, it almost got you too.
Well, I was moving cat quick up here to avoid that one. There's a fastball just on the outside corner. The Edgewood City School District concludes their school year for students tomorrow.
Yay!
I'm sure they're saying the same. There's a fastball swing and a miss. And that will do it for the Stebbins Indians in the second inning. Back-to-back strikeouts. Great job by Brashear. So for the Stebbins Indians, they get 1 run on a total of 3 hits. There were no Edgewood errors and 2 runners left on base. We're through 1.5 innings of softball with the score now Stebbins 1, Edgewood 0, and we'll be back to bring you the home half of the second in just a minute.
In the top of the second. Leah Combs.
Back in what was the fastest inning break I think I've ever seen. That was about 48 seconds by my count, but that's a good thing.
We're moving right along.
Yep, the Edgewood Cougars this inning will send up Leah Combs, the designated player, followed by Jaylee Rose and J.C. Brashear. Quickly 0-2 on Leah Combs. Leah Combs comes into this game today hitting .309. There's a swing and a foul.
Wow.
And I believe that one's rolling through the parking lot.
Definitely.
We'll send Mr. Clemens out to get that one.
Don't think they
Johnny Ferris may be on the move for that ball.
I doubt it. If you ever seen Johnny Ferris move,
Johnny Ferris, one of the good guys out there. He's
Yes,
doing
he
our
is.
tickets today.
yes, he is.
And we thank him for braving the elements out there to take the tickets. There's a swing and a hard
right up
grounder
the
into
middle.
center field. And that will be a base hit leading off the second for Leah Combs. Hard ground ball for the first hit of the game.
The first baseman, number 14, Jaylee Rose.
So a leadoff single for Leah Combs. Stepping in now, first baseman number 14, Jaylee Rose. The Edgewood Cougars today decked out in their light gray pinstripe uniforms with navy trim. Excuse me, white, looks like white pinstripes on those pants.
White pinstripe.
And of course, that's a nice looking uniform.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
There's a swing and a foul. Quickly,
2 balls, 1 strike.
2 balls and 1 strike is what our scoreboard says. So Jaylee Rose,
And here comes the rain again.
and here comes the rain. A bunt, a good one, fielded by the pitcher, and we've got it is called a foul ball by field umpire Andrew Douglas. So he calls a foul ball. So stepping back in is Jaylee Rose, and my scorebook is getting soaked.
Yes, mine too. Now, it's nothing for my scoreboard.
There's a swing and a miss, and down on strikes is Jaylee Rose, first out of the inning.
The pitcher, number 5, J.C. Brashear.
J.C. Brashear steps in. Of course, our last broadcast game against the Franklin Wildcats, this was one of our stars of the game. J.C. Brashear, in that game, she pitched a masterpiece. And in addition to that, was 3 for 3 in that game, if I remember correctly.
Yes.
She basically did it all. Like to see that today as well. Check swing, called a strike. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. To Brashear, waiting on deck is Riley Calick. Brashear, a left-handed batter. Winner of this game will advance to face the winner of Kings, who will tell you about them in a minute. There's a swing and a miss. Count 1 and 2. The winner of this game will play the winner of Kings and Loveland, and they're playing today over at Kings.
Foul ball. 2-2.
2 balls and 2 strikes as Brashear fouls one out of play. The Kings, we looked earlier, the Kings Knights, there's a swing and a pop-up out behind third base. Moving over to make the play is the shortstop, and that would be Natalie Russell for out number 2.
Now batting, number 25, the third baseman, Riley Calick.
The Kings Knights playing today against Loveland, I believe we said. Kings comes into that game with a record of 25 and 2. 25 and 2 for Kings. And one of the coaches is a good friend of mine. Very good friend of mine. One of my best friends on this earth.
I thought I was.
Well, you're up there, Rich. But let me tell you, this coach, Kevin Bernhardt, of the Kings Knights, is an instrumental part of that program. A very good mind for softball, and Kevin Bernhardt. So I will probably venture over to see that game if the Cougars are able to win this one, and probably will regardless. Assuming, though, that Kings wins today.
Yes.
They got to do their part.
Yes.
So 1 ball and 2 strikes on Riley Calick. Riley comes into the game today, 15 hits and 78 at-bats. There's a chopper foul at the plate. So the Cougars, after a leadoff single, have gone down 1-2. And now we'll look for some 2-out thunder from Riley Calick to hopefully even this game up here in the bottom of the second. Fastball taken inside. Those of you out there watching, please call your friends. Please call your neighbors. Tell them we're live on YouTube with this contest. And that is strike 3 on the inside corner. Taken for strike 3. And for the Edgewood Cougars in the home half of the second, they get a total of no runs on 1 hit. There were no errors and 1 runner left on base. We're through 2 complete with the score remaining. Stebbins 1, Edgewood 0. We'll be back for the third in just a minute.
The Indians, number 4, the pitcher, Peyton Cassidy.
So we're back for the Stebbins Indians here in the top half of the third inning. They'll have the top of the order up. Leading off will be Peyton Cassidy. Peyton, a single her first time up. She advanced to second and then was involved in that double play. That really helped the Cougars get out of that inning without any damage. Cassidy, right-handed batter, doing the pitching today for the Indians. There's a bunt, and it's foul at the plate. 0 balls and 1 strike. Edgewood cheer coach, Mrs. Clemens, in here running the concessions right now, doing an outstanding job.
In the multi-purchase building.
There's a flare to short. That's going to be caught by Edgewood shortstop Madison Farrell for out number 1 here in the top of the third.
The shortstop, number 13, Natalie Russell.
Natalie Russell steps in, shortstop for the Indians. She also singled her first time up there. Here comes the pitch from Bashir, change up, taken low for a ball. So a few umbrellas have risen on the third base side. Here's a swing and a smash. That's a line drive base hit to center field. And Natalie Russell is now 2 for 2. Russell came into this game today hitting .354, and that was just her 30th hit of the season.
The third baseman, number 11, Emma Taylor.
So any time that you can average a hit a game over the course of a full season, that's awfully good. And Natalie Russell over there at first base now has 30 hits. Fastball taken high. So the outfielders really got to be careful in this one, because any ball that hits in front of them is going to skip with the wetness of the outfield. And that ball, Ellie Clemens did a nice job of keeping that in front of her, because that ball, you could see it from here, definitely skipping on contact with the grass. You got to be ready for that. There's a swing and a foul. Count, I believe, is 1-1, as that was a foul ball. So Emma Taylor in there. Emma, her first time, hit the fielder's choice that resulted in a double play. Foul ball, straight back. Count on the scoreboard showing 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here comes the pitch. Pitch is taken for a ball. Our beloved Reds today, Rich, went down again.
They would be your Reds.
They took. You've given up already, Rich?
It's early.
Nah, come on now. Come on now, Rich. That's our team. There's a swing and a miss. And that is a strikeout as Emma Taylor goes down on strikes for out number 2. We'll bring to the plate left fielder Kylie Russell.
The left fielder, number 14, Kylie Russell.
So Kylie Russell singled her first time, scored the only run of the game in this one. There's a swing and a foul ball over to the Cougar dugout. So the Reds drop one today in Pittsburgh, 3-1. And I think you could pinch hit for them at this point, Rich. I mean, really, do we make a call? I mean, I'm willing to step up.
I don't know.
I mean,
I don't know.
At this point, the offense is just, you got to say, have mercy. There's a swing and a ground ball to shortstop. Fielding it cleanly is Madison Farrell. She steps on the bag to end the inning. So Russell with the fielder's choice. That goes 6 unassisted on the force out of Natalie Russell. And we are through 2.5 innings of baseball. Let's look at the score for the inning. The Stebbins Indians had no runs. They did have 1 hit. There were no Edgewood errors. There was 1 runner left on base. And we are through 2.5 innings of softball with the score remaining. Stebbins 1, Edgewood 0. We'll be back in just a couple of minutes.
In the inning, 4, Bailey Strunk.
Back at the ballpark, and the inning is already underway. The Edgewood Cougars will be sending to the plate Bailey Strunk, Evie Short, and back to the top of the order with Evelyn Henson batting third. Fastball inside corner for a strike. Peyton Cassidy certainly doing a nice job on the mound so far for Stebbins. There's a swing and a miss. Count quickly, 2 strikes on Bailey Strunk.
Back to the Reds.
Swing and a foul.
They're such a streaky team. What, they won 5 games in a row, and now they lost 3 in a row. How do you do that?
It's hard to figure out, Rich. It really is. By the way, folks, tomorrow we will be going live again. There's a pitch taken low. Count evens at 2-2, I believe. But tomorrow, Rich and I will be bringing you the Edgewood Varsity baseball contest as they open league play against Kings. So the Edgewood Cougars will be taking on Kings tomorrow in baseball. Another foul ball at the plate from Strunk. We'll have that game for you at 5 o'clock. We'll go live with Coach Hatfield at 4 o'clock for his pregame thoughts. And that should be a good one. There's a swing and a miss. Throw down to first to complete the strikeout. And quickly 1 out for the Cougars here in the bottom of the third, bringing to the plate Evie Short.
The second baseman, 0-0, Evie Short.
So Evie Short steps in, her first at bat. Short takes a pitch for a strike. There's a hard grounder, just fouled down the third base line. Good call by home plate umpire Greg King, right on top of that one. And that ball just fouled down the third base line. Evie Short with a .276 batting average, 17 runs scored, 11 runs batted in.
Is she a freshman?
Evie is a freshman. There's a ground ball to short. Fielding it cleanly is Russell. She throws across the diamond in time to get Evie Short for out number 2.
Now batting, the catcher, number 1, Evelyn Henson.
So back to the top of the order for the Cougars. It'll be Evelyn Henson. She popped out to shortstop her first time up there. 2 outs. There's a swing and a foul. Our center field crowd today is minimal. I think we've got 1 person out there braving the elements. Looks like a few out and right. So looking around at our home side stands, though, fairly full. There's another foul.
Considering the weather, I think we look pretty good.
Overall, not too bad at all. Nothing tops postseason sports. That's just my opinion. You know, This is where you see, and we mentioned that in the pregame show, it's a new season.
Yep.
And there's a smash into left field, a base hit. And Evelyn Henson reaches base with a single. Folks, that's Evelyn's 44th hit this season. 44 hits.
Now batting, number 3, the shortstop, Madison Farrell.
That's going to bring to the plate Madison Farrell. She popped out to third base her first time up there. There's a change-up, all-speed pitch taken high for a ball. 1 ball and no strikes, 2 outs with a runner at first here in the home third.
And there goes the runner.
Runner on the move and sliding in safely with a stolen base is Evelyn Henson. For Evelyn, that is her 14th stolen base. Here comes the pitch, and there's a swing and a pop-up on the infield. Calling for it and catching it is the pitcher, Peyton Cassidy, and that'll do it for the Cougars in the bottom half of the third. So for the Cougars, no runs on one hit. There were no Stebbins Indians errors. One runner left on base. We are through 3 full with the score remaining Stebbins 1, Edgewood 0. Back here at the Woodry Sports Complex, Stebbins comes to bat in the top of the fourth. A quick bunt fielded by Henson. She throws down to first in time for out number 1 here in the Stebbins Indians 4th inning.
The first baseman, number 22, Julia Farkas.
So that brings to the plate Julia Farkas, her first time in there. Farkas singled in the only run of this game. There's a swing and a pop-up into short center field. Moving over is Ellie Clemens. She makes the play for out number 2.
The catcher, number 8, Jenna Maddox. Well, these softball games move fast.
They do. And that brings to the plate Jenna Maddox. She popped out to Evelyn Henson, her first time. Line drive, that gets all the way to the wall. Rounding second and stopping, then heading for third. And she will be in with a triple. Is Jenna Maddox. So a triple for Jenna Maddox, runner at third now and 2 outs. Ellie Clemens was on a dash for that ball, could not come up with it. That ball was stung, and it rolls all the way to the wall, and a triple for Jenna Maddox.
Number 2, Sophia Spencer.
It's going to bring to the plate Sophie Spencer, the center fielder, her first time, a strikeout. So a runner at third, 2 down now. And here comes the pitch. There's a bunt attempt, foul. Count quickly, 0 balls and 1 strike. Want to give congratulations to our boys baseball team. They, the varsity group, did earn a share of the Southwestern Buckeye League Southwestern Division title. And that's the first one since 2008. Bunt attempt taken for a ball.
The boys.
And that is called a strike. So the count now 0-2. The first base umpire, Andrew Douglas, ruled that she attempted to bunt that, went too far for a strike. And quickly, no balls and 2 strikes. Fastball right down Broadway. That is a strikeout looking. And we end the inning for the Stebbins Indians in the top of the 4th. They had no runs on 1 hit. There were no Edgewood errors, 1 runner left on base. And we are through 3.5 innings with the score, Stebbins 1, Edgewood 0. We're back with you. Cougars half of the fourth. It'll be 3, 4, and 5. Sam Veerhoff, Leah Combs, Jaylee Rose, and hopefully more. Pitch is taken low, ball 1. Up to this point, pitcher Peyton Cassidy has been on her game. She's looked very good. Hopefully the Cougars can get some base runners here. But Cassidy, pretty good velocity coming in there.
You mentioned the boys team. I went Monday. Cole Rain was here Monday evening, and we had a guest PA man in the booth.
Who was it?
Michael Martz.
Well, we all know what Michael brings to the table. We know that Michael brings he's, by the way, away at college, subbing for our regular broadcast, or a PA announcer up there, Austin Hendrickson. And it doesn't surprise me in the least that Michael Martz did a fantastic job. Of course, he's the former voice of the press box up there, PA. Yes. He went away to college in Pennsylvania. And there's a pitch taken low for ball. But good to have Michael back. I'm really happy to hear that, Rich.
Yes, did a nice job. I had a field level seat on the third base line, and it was a really good game. Went extra innings. Cougars won 8-7.
There's a fastball on the outside corner for a strike to Leah Combs. Leah singled her first time in there. That was in the second. She was stranded on base. There's a swing and a foul straight back. I'll tell you, I really like the approach at the plate of Leah Combs. She's got a good looking swing, seems to be on time on most of the pitches. I really like her game. Definitely looks to be a solid hitter. She came into this game hitting .309. There's a swing and a miss. And down on strikes is Leah Combs. 4 out, number 1. Hope that wasn't the announcer's jinx. But I still like what she brings
first
to the play.
baseman, number 14, Jaylee Rose.
There's a fastball taken high. And moving off the glove of the catcher, that being Jenna Maddox, and moving up to second is Sam Veerhoff. So she moves up on the wild pitch. Runner now at second base, 1 out. Jaylee Rose struck out her first time, the Cougars' first baseman. There's a pitch taken low for a ball. 2 balls and no strikes on Rose, to be followed by J.C. Brashear in the Cougar lineup. Swinging a foul straight back. Looks like the boys baseball team is just finishing up their practice over there. Some of them I see walking away. They'll be in action again tomorrow at 5 o'clock against Kings in what should be a good matchup. Kings plays in a very good league. There's another foul. I believe they're out of the ECC.
I believe you're right. I was going to ask you what it was, but I think you're right.
Eastern Cincinnati Conference, I believe, is what that stands for.
Yeah.
But Kings, there's some solid teams in that league. So I'm sure they've been battle tested. Edgewood, of course, 19-9. There's a smash into left center field, and it's going to go to the wall. Rounding third and coming in is Sam Veerhoff to tie this game.
All right.
And the Edgewood Cougars now even up with Stebbins 1-1 on the double and RBI by Jaylee Rose.
Now batting, the pitcher, number 5, J.C. Brashear.
So a double for Rose brings up J.C. Brashear, and the Cougars have dented the scoreboard here in the fourth in what is now a 1-1 game. There's a strike to Brashear, to be followed by Riley Cowlick in the Cougar order. There's a pitch that gets away from the catcher, Moving over to third is Jaylee Rose. And the Edgewood Cougars now with the go-ahead run, 60 feet away with only one out. Brashear, left-handed batter, fouls one over the third base side. Brashear, her first time, popped out to the shortstop. So a big moment here for Brashear trying to help herself and give the Cougars their first lead of this game. There's a changeup taken high for a ball. I believe the count is 1-2. There's another pitch taken high. Make that 3 balls and 2 strikes. Taken inside for ball 4. And moving over to first base is J.C. Brashear with a base on balls. We got a pinch runner for the Edgewood Cougars. That being number 6, that's Reagan Jarvis.
Now batting for the Cougars. The third baseman, number 25, Riley Calick. We have a pinch runner for the Cougars. Number 6, Reagan Jarvis.
So a meeting at the mound by Stebbins, runners at first and third. Reagan Jarvis in running for J.C. Brashear, and stepping in is Riley Calick, the Cougar third baseman. Struck out her first time in. There's a fastball right down the middle. Throw to third is out in time. And wow. So Jaylee Rose, that goes 2-5. And stealing second base is the pinch runner, Jarvis. There's a swing and a foul straight back. Not a big play by Jenna Maddox. A strike down to third baseman Emma Taylor for out number 2. Fastball taken high. There's a swing and a pop-up over near first. It'll fall harmlessly. Rich, how many years is this for you now, being the PA voice of Edgewood softball? Have you kept track of that?
Probably 5.
Okay, so for the longest time, we know your exploits in basketball. What is the number for girls basketball at this point? Do you know that number?
I think this year will be my 43rd season doing basketball.
Have mercy, Rich. There's a swing and a miss, and down on strikes is Riley Calick. That's an amazing, Rich. Congratulations to you on that. So for the Edgewood Cougars in the home half of the 4th inning, they get 1 run on a total of 1 hit. There were no errors by the Stebbins Indians, and 1 runner left on base. We're through 4 complete with the score now. The Stebbins Indians won, the Edgewood Cougars won.
For the Cougars in the bottom of the 4th.
Number six.
Number 6, no, number 15.
We just had a pinch hitter, folks. We had a pinch hitter. We didn't get that player announced, but that was number 15. We'll get her number for you. Number 15 just batting was Addison Spencer. Spencer grounds out to second, leading off the top of the 5th for Stebbins. There's a swing and a ground ball to shortstop. Fielding it cleanly and throwing over to first is Madison Farrell for out number 2.
And that was Peyton Cassidy.
That was their leadoff hitter, Peyton Cassidy. Now 2 outs quickly, and Natalie Russell steps in.
Now batting, number 13, Natalie Russell.
Strike 1 to Natalie Russell. Quickly 2 outs here in the Indians' 5th. Here comes the 1-strike delivery, and that's a drive into left center field. That's going to go to the wall. Definitely should be a stand-up double, and it is. A 2-out double by Natalie Russell. She's now 3 for 3.
The third baseman, number 11, Emma Taylor.
So Emma Taylor steps in. She is 0 for 2. Reached on a fielder's choice and struck out. Had a fielder's choice and struck out. I believe she was out on that fielder's choice. There's a fastball right down the middle for a strike. The wheels are turning here in Trenton. A fake bunt there with 2 outs. And Emma Taylor looking to deliver for the Indians. Here comes a pitch, swinging a foul straight back. Quickly, no balls and 2 strikes. What a ball game. Very entertaining. Girls are playing well. Good defense. Let's hope that continues all the way through. There's a swing and a miss. And down on strikes is Emma Taylor for out number 3. So for the Stebbins Indians in the top of the 5th, no runs, 1 hit. There were no Edgewood errors, 1 runner left on base, and we are through 4.5 innings. It's time for a little take me out to the ball game. We'll be back to bring you the bottom of the 5th in just a minute.
In the top of the 5th for the Indians, no runs, 1 hit. There were no errors. In the middle of 5, we are tied at 1. Hi, John. Hey. Come on in. Now batting for the Cougars, number 24, Bailey Strunk.
We're back for the home half of the 5th. It'll be Bailey Strunk, Evie Short, and Evelyn Henson due up for the Cougars.
We need a rally.
That we do.
I knew that was going to happen sooner or later.
Bailey Strunk leads off. She struck out in the 3rd. Looking to get things started here in the 5th. Swing and a miss, strike 1. There's a changeup taken outside for a ball, 1-1.
On the plus side, it has quit raining, I think.
It has, but that wind is
It's fierce.
it's cold. There's a foul ball at the plate, foul tip.
Come on, Bailey.
So far in this one, the Stebbins Indians have out-hit the Edgewood Cougars 8-3. Swinging a foul. You know what I haven't seen today, Rich, is a Joe Downey sighting. Is he on site for this one? I would assume he is.
Yes.
You see him over there?
I see him. He is in the.
We'll give him his every game shout out here in a second. Pitch is taken high for a ball. Joe Downey, folks, if you don't know, is the Edgewood Cougars head trainer. And he takes care of the Cougars like no other. We always like to say one of the best in the business. There's a swing and a high drive down the right field line. It'll curve foul. But Joe Downey, multi-years now, has been the Cougars trainer, and you will not meet a nicer man than Joe Downey. Just a good person and very good at his craft of being an Edgewood, the trainer for the Edgewood Cougars.
He's good to the kids, and the kids love him.
Well, they should. There's strike 3 taken. And down on strikes is Bailey Strunk for out number 1, bringing up Evie Short, who grounded to short.
00, Evie Short.
Evie Short grounded to shortstop, her first time. And there's a pop-up, or excuse me, a ground ball to short. That ball is fielded cleanly by the shortstop, Natalie Russell. And she throws over to first in time to get Evie Short.
For the Cougars, the catcher, number 1, Evelyn Henson.
So that brings to the plate Evelyn Henson, 1 for 2, single and a stolen base in the third, but was left stranded out at second. There's a smash down the left field line off the glove of the third baseman. Tough play would have been for her. We're going to call that an infield single, or a single for Evelyn Henson. Nice piece of hitting by Evelyn.
The shortstop, number 3, Madison Farrell.
So Henson with her second hit of the game. Brings to the plate Madison Farrell, 0 for 2. Pop out to third, pop out to the pitcher. Fastball outside. I would expect to see Evelyn Henson potentially on the run here.
I think you're right.
She cruised in rather easily with her stolen base in the third.
There she goes. Oh.
There's the pitch, taking ball.
We might mention that Madison Farrell had a broken finger. This is only like her second or third game back.
Good for her.
She hasn't played a whole lot this season. Very valuable at short and very valuable at
Very good athlete. Very good athlete. A good kid.
Yep.
Madison Farrell, it's good to see her back out there playing. And I believe Madison's a junior. There's a pitch
Yes.
right down the middle. Runner on the move and
Runner.
stealing easily is Evelyn Henson with her second steal of the game. So a runner now at second, 2 outs to Madison Farrell. And a base hit here to the outfield would certainly score. There's a drive!
There it is.
Back into deep left, and it's over the head. And coming in to score is Evelyn Henson. And the Cougars now lead 2-1 on the 2-out double by Madison Farrell.
We talk about it, and there it is.
What a clutch hit from Madison Farrell to give the Cougars a 2-1 lead here in the fifth.
The right fielder, number 23, Sam Veerhoff.
So Veerhoff steps in, pitch is taken high for a ball. This umpiring crew, got to give it to them. They've been on it so far today. One thing you need to realize is these guys are assigned based on their merit. There's a high fly into short center
She's having
field.
trouble. She dropped
And
it.
that ball drops, and throw comes into second, not in time. That will go as a double. I don't think that ball was remotely close to being fielded. So back-to-back doubles.
And another run.
And another run scores. And the Edgewood Cougars now lead 3-1.
No man's land.
So that hit by Sam Veerhoff, sort of right behind shortstop, and all 3 players, the shortstop, the center fielder, and the left fielder, fell between them for a double.
It just looked like trouble. Just all the
It
way.
did, and the Cougars will take it. Now, we've got the designated player, Leah Combs, who singled and struck out. Swing and a miss. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. But back to these umpires, they have earned the right to get these games. There's a swing and a miss. So
1 and 2.
1 ball and 2 strikes. And here comes the pitch. There's a swing and a foul straight back. Just a brilliant inning so far for the Cougars to take that 3-1 lead. And I would like to add that this has all been with 2 outs. There is strike 3. And down on strikes is Leah Combs to end the 5th. But the Edgewood Cougars in the home half of the 5th inning get a total of 2 runs on 3 hits. There were no Stebbins Indians errors and 1 runner left on base. And the score now through 5 complete, the Edgewood Cougars 3 and the Stebbins Indians 1.
And the
Here comes Stebbins, top half of the 6th inning. Edgewood now leading 3-1, 6 outs away for the Cougars. There's a fastball taken for a strike. Quickly 0-1. It's Kylie Russell, the left fielder, 1 for 2, scored a run. There's a pitch low. All the way to the backstop. Count evens 1 ball and 1 strike. 4, 5, 6 here for the Indians in the 6th. There's a swing and a line drive right to the first baseman. And that being none other than Jaylee Rose. She makes a play on that for out number 1.
now batting, second baseman, number 3, Jalen Watkins.
That'll bring to the plate Jalen Watkins. Watkins in this one, 1 for 2, swinging a foul. So Watkins singled in the 3rd, singled in the 2nd, and then went ground out catcher to first baseman her 2nd time. There's a strike. We've got no balls and 2 strikes. Jalen Watkins to be followed by Julia Farkas, due up. Fastball taken high. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Foul ball. Count remains 1-2. Jalen Watkins, second baseman, uniform number 3. There's a swing and a miss. And down on strikes is Jalen Watkins for out number 2.
The first baseman, number 22, Julia Farkas.
So Julia Farkas steps in, also 1 for 2. There's a swing and a pop-up foul over on the first base side.
I'm now showing Brashear with 5 Ks, 5 strikeouts.
You know, I believe you, Rich, and that's not a bad number. Swing and a pop-up straight back. Rich, I'm showing her with 3 or 6 strikeouts
Okay.
in this
Good
one. I'm
pick.
showing her with 6. There's a ground ball to second base.
You're correct.
Throw over to first. That goes second baseman Evie Short to the first baseman Jaylee Rose. And that'll do it for Stebbins in the 6th. For Stebbins, no runs, no hits, no Edgewood errors, no runners left on base. We head to the home 6th with the score remaining. Edgewood 3, Stebbins 1.
In the 6th inning,
Back at the ballpark as the Edgewood Cougars here in the home 6 send up Jaylee Rose. She just fouled a pitch off. A great effort by the catcher, Jenna Maddox. Diving attempt, popped out of the glove, 0-1 to Jaylee Rose. Jaylee pops up over at first base, and making the play is Julia Farkas for out number 1.
now batting, the pitcher, number 5, J.C. Brochure.
So J.C. Brashear steps in. She popped out to short and walked. One ball and no strikes with 1 out. Here comes the pitch, taken low for ball 2. J.C. will be followed by Riley Calick and hopefully more here in the home 6th. There's a pitch taken for a strike. And the count moves to 2 balls and 1 strike. We've got a distinguished Edgewood alum here in front of us. Evan Swartz makes an appearance here in front of the press box. Evan
who? Oh, no, I'm kidding.
Evan Swartz, a great football player and all-around athlete for the Cougars. Evan, what class were you in? 2000 and what?
I was 23.
2023 grad. Evan Swartz, collegiate football player, tremendous young man, out to see the Cougars today. There's a smash into right field, and that's going to get past the right fielder all the way to the wall. Rounding second and heading for third is Brashear. She'll cruise him with a triple. And Edgewood in business. Runner at third, 1 out.
Now batting, number 25, Riley Calick.
I have nachos.
So a courtesy runner in for the Cougars.
Reagan Jarvis.
It is. Yep. Running again is Reagan Jarvis, runner at third. And that ball hit the batter, that being Riley Calick. She'll go on down to first base, hit by pitch. So runners now at first and third.
Now batting, number 24, Bailey Strunk.
That'll bring to the plate Bailey Strunk. Strunk 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts. We'll look to change that here. Here's a hard grounder to second. Throw to first is in time, but the run scores. And the Edgewood Cougars now lead 4-1.
Now batting, number 4, Evie Short, number 0.
So runner now at second base, that being Riley Calick. 2 outs, and the 9-hole hitter, Evie Short, is grounded to shortstop twice today. So Edgewood now leads 4-1. There's a pop-up behind the plate, and that ball is foul. So the Edgewood Cougars, little late inning magic. 1 in the 4th, 2 in the 5th, 1 in the 6th to take a 4-1 lead in this one.
Evie very well could get that runner at second in here.
Oh, there's no doubt. She had a great game in our game against Franklin. One of the stars of the game. 2 strikes. 2 strikes on Evie. Bright future for this young lady in the Edgewood program. There's a chopper foul. Evie Short, a freshman. And that's not easy to do, folks. It's not easy to be a freshman, have a bunch of upperclassmen on your team, and produce, which for the most part this season she's done just that. They will be proud to have her back next year. Here comes the pitch. It's taken low for a ball. Count evens at 2-2. There's a fastball taken high. The count runs full. That baseball game tomorrow, Rich, is going to be cold.
Yes, it will.
There's a pop-up into short center field. Coming on is Sophie Spencer, and she will make the catch out there for out number 3. So for the Edgewood Cougars in the home half of the 6th inning, they get 1 run on a total of 1 hit. There were no Stebbins errors, and the Cougars left 1 on base, and we are through 6 complete with the score Edgewood 4 and the Stebbins Indians 1. We'll be back for the top of the 7th in just a minute.
For the Cougars.
By the way, they are at the Jenna Maddox. This should be up there. We're back.
Leading off, the catcher, number 8, Jenna Maddox.
So we are back here in Trenton with the 7-8-9 due up for Stebbins. There's a foul back. Jenna Maddox, the catcher, popped out to the catcher and tripled her second time up. We'll look to get things going here for Stebbins in the top of the 7th. If they do not score 3 runs, this game is over and the Cougars are victorious. So Brashear ready. Here comes the pitch. Swinging a pop-up out towards second base. Making the play for the Cougars is Evie Short for out number 1.
Now batting, number 2, Sophia Spencer.
So that's going to bring to the plate Sophie Spencer. Sophie 0 for 2. The pitch, a bunt attempt, foul. Cougars a clean game so far in this one. Falling behind 1-0 and then answering the bell. An excellent defensive effort so far as well with no errors. Swing and miss.
Good, how are you?
Just got an update from over at the Kings game. They lead, I believe, Loveland 20-0. And there's a strikeout at the plate, and down on strikes goes Sophie Spencer. The Stebbins Indians down to their last out, and it will be number 15, Addison Spencer, who came on earlier to hit in this one.
Now batting, number 15, Addison Spencer.
So that was another strikeout.
Strike one right away to Addison Spencer. Grounded out to second, her only plate appearance in this one. Here comes the 0-1 delivery, taken high for a ball. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. The Cougars hang on. We'll be back with you for the Star of the Game show. Shortly after this one ends, we'll be out on field with a couple of our stars. Swing and a miss. And the Stebbins Indians are down to their last strike here in Trenton. The crowd rises to their feet. Here comes the pitch. Just outside, 2 balls and 2 strikes.
I think they just sat down again.
Well, hopefully J.C. Brashear can close this one out. She's pitched a gem today. Here comes the 2-2, foul back.
Quite an entertaining game, like you said earlier.
Yeah, very good. The girls have played well, both sides. Just, hits here and there that provided the margin right now. But Stebbins, nothing to be ashamed of with this effort today.
No.
They've played well. Just the Cougars were able to get the clutch hits when they needed them.
Yep. And once again, it was sprayed through the lineup.
Which is definitely what you like to see.
Yes.
Here comes the pitch, swing and a chopper foul at the plate. So Spencer doing a nice job of hanging around, fouling off pitches. The Edgewood Cougars looking for their 10th win of the season right here. And here comes the pitch. Taken high, count runs full. To Addison Spencer, Edgewood with a win today would move to 10-18. There's a swing and a fly ball to center field. Moving over, a diving effort out in center field by Ellie Clemens. Just missed catching that ball. And a double for Addison Spencer.
The pitcher, number 4, Peyton Cassidy.
So that's going to bring to the plate leadoff hitter Peyton Cassidy, the pitcher. 1 for 3 today. Single, pop out to short, ground out to short. And the pitch. Swinging a hard ground ball to second. Fielding it cleanly is second baseman Evie Short. She throws to first. And this one belongs to the Cougars. Edgewood.
In the inning, no runs. There was 1 hit. There was no errors. Final score after 6.5. Edgewood 4, Stebbins 1.
So for the Stebbins Indians in the 7th inning, they get no runs on 1 hit, no Edgewood error, 1 runner left on base. We've got a final from here in Trenton. The Edgewood Cougars will advance to play the Kings Knights on Friday. I believe that game is at Indian Hill at 5 o'clock. But the Cougars win this one 4-1, and we'll be back to tell you all about it in just a couple of minutes. Back at the ballpark, this is Brian Caudell here to recap the Edgewood Cougars' opening victory in the Division II state tournament as they walk away today with a win over the Stebbins Indians. Final score 4-1. Here to tell you about it right now. We are going to begin first with the Stebbins Indians. With the loss, they move to 11. They will finish their season 11-16, but they are able to hang their hat on a conference title, winning the Miami Valley League Valley Division championship. So congratulations to Stebbins on that accomplishment. The Edgewood Cougars, with the win today, they move to 10-18. They will advance on Friday to play the Kings Knights. Kings currently leading. The last score update we got on that one was Kings was leading 20-0 in the fourth inning against Loveland. Kings, with that victory, will move to 26-2 on the season. Definitely one of the premier programs, not only in Southwest Ohio, but the state. And the Cougars will meet up with them on Friday. Again, that game at Indian Hill beginning at 5 o'clock. The Edgewood Cougars today, winning pitcher was J.C. Brashear. J.C. 7 innings, 9 hits, 1 run. It was earned, 0 walks, 7 strikeouts. The win moves her to 9-7 on the season. For the Stebbins Indians, Peyton Cassidy takes the loss. 6 innings, 7 hits, 4 runs, all earned, 2 walks, and 7 strikeouts. Her record falls to 6-11. Hitting leaders for the Stebbins Indians, Natalie Russell, a 3-for-3 day at the plate, single, double. So a great night for Natalie. The Edgewood Cougars, multiple players stepped up today. Evelyn Henson at the top of the order, 2 singles, 2 stolen bases. Madison Farrell with a big double and RBI in the 5th inning. Sam Veerhoff, another big double. And then multiple players, like I said, a triple from J.C. Brashear in the 6th. She scored what would be the 4th run of the game. And the Edgewood Cougars walk away, again in this one, with a 4-1 victory. We will be coming back shortly in just a few minutes with our on-field interview. We're going to have Madison Farrell and Sam Veerhoff as our stars of the game today. We'll be back with them on field in just a couple of minutes. But on behalf of my right-hand man, Rich Hazelwood, this is Brian Caudell signing off for the final time, covering softball in the 25 season. Just a reminder, we'll be back to cover Edgewood baseball as they will be taking on Kings tomorrow night in a game here at home that will be covered on the Edgewood Athletics YouTube page beginning at 5 o'clock. Hope you can join us for that one tomorrow. So the final line score in this one, Edgewood today, 4 runs, 7 hits, no errors. For Stebbins, 5 runners left on base. And for Stebbins, 1 run on 9 hits, no errors for the Edgewood Cougars, and 6 runners left on base. And in a game that took 1 hour and 25 minutes, the final score from here in Trenton, Edgewood 4 and Stebbins 1. And again, on behalf of my right-hand man, Rich Hazelwood, this is Brian Caudell wishing all of you a great night. Again, the final in this one, Edgewood 4 and the Stebbins Indians 1. Good night, everyone.